Okay, I think this is number 4. Yeah, so some of the inconsistencies again, I guess I'll try and close this section with putting the fact that you called the insurance attorney on Wikipedia, allowing that to stay there, it doesn't make you look any better. Him admitting she called him minutes after Chris's death in an interview, and then trying to over-explain it 5 or 6 times to make it seem normal, to make it seem okay. Yeah, that's not working for me either. Trying to put the idea forth that this is all about insurance, that it's not about insurance money. He's just a spokesman for the family. Then you're in an email to a company 4 days later asking about insurance policy, worried about it, saying you have this great attorney that could jump in. Should you do that? You think that's a good idea. And then the person says, yeah, have them look at it, whatever. And you sue that person for not protecting your interests. Wow. That's cult. Not cold, cult. That's cult. These are the type of people we're dealing with. I'm dealing with. This is why, it gets nowhere. This is why I'm at the point where I'm at. Everybody else is fine. I'm the one that's going to get the lifetime ban on social media. And, sometimes I enjoy coming on camera and talking about things. I don't know. Let me continue this. I'm going to go off on a lot of tangents. I'm sorry. We're at a point where I came to a lot of realizations, and some things really need to be said. And I keep being painted by evil people like I'm doing something wrong. Yet they're always the ones in court getting sued, lying in court documents, people getting fired for their jobs, for racism. That happens. These types of people judge me and try and fuck with my life. Really bad people, man. That's what I'm dealing with. These types of people, these are the slings and arrows I gotta take. And I'm not trying to act like I'm a fucking martyr here, but again, everyone else is all fine. I'm the one that's gonna, get fucked in the end. Anyway, let's keep going. So yes, pretending like none of this in the beginning was about insurance when you're calling an insurance attorney immediately after your husband's death. Not even waiting an hour, not even waiting a day, a week, a month, anything. Yeah. Trying to pretend it's not about insurance or put that idea out there, and they have in print. Yeah, none of this is about insurance. Eventually they got to an article, months and months, because people were speculating on whether they got insurance or not. They got paid. They got insurance. All the people online that's saying there was a problem with the insurance, they're idiots. They have no idea what they're talking about. Cornell was past the threshold he needed to be to get a payout. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe suicide pays a shit ton less. Maybe you get a very low percentage of the insurance policy for that circumstance, for negligence reasons. The company has an argument, negligence, if it gets ruled a suicide. So, the scenario, again, we're all liars and scammers out there, people that dared speculate that maybe they didn't get the insurance, yet she's on an email asking 4 days after her husband's death about an insurance policy. She's worried about it. She says she has a great lawyer she can get on it. I think we can safely assume who she was talking about. The guy she was talking to 4 days earlier, Pasick, that's probably the guy. So I guess Pasick wasn't just a spokesman. I guess there were insurance issues. Rit Veneris said these in the emails, he said, These things aren't cut and dry. So yeah, you might want to get the lawyer in on it. So they were worried. She wouldn't have called an insurance lawyer 5 minutes after her husband died unless she was worried about insurance. I've said this over the years. You don't call insurance lawyers when it ain't about insurance. That's like, me calling a painter to paint my house, and I'm saying, I'm on camera while these guys are painting my house, saying, yeah, I did not call these painters to paint my house. They're spokesmen for me. That's the scenario. Later on, again, they tried to put the idea for that everybody that thought insurance policies might be a problem and were making that speculation on camera. They're all idiots. They're all conspiracists. They're all liars. They're all scammers. They just want attention on camera. Whatever. Insulted the shit out of everybody, me included. Saying we're all dumb and how dare we even speculate that direction. Because he's the big time lawyer, so. He's the one on Good Morning America, so his word is gospel and ours isn't. Ours are, whatever YouTube and rich people say it is. So we're all idiots out here, yet she's emailing Rit Veneris and offering a lawyer's services for this insurance problem they have. Later on, again, remember, there's more. She hopped a flight to Detroit, not when her husband's body was there, to take it to his final resting place. No, months later, with an insurance lawyer named Schulman, who's associated with Pasek. I guess Schulman was closer that day. Hops a flight to Detroit with another insurance lawyer, Schulman. It appeared, by what I saw, from what I read and learned about it, and the things that were leaked to the press, that they went down there to pressure the Detroit authorities, the medical examiner and the Detroit authorities, to change their ruling on Chris Cornell's death to accidental because of drugs. That's what they were pushing from day one, the insurance lawyer and the estate. They wanted Detroit to sign on to that idea. It obviously had some type of insurance impact. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been standing there in Detroit with an insurance lawyer. Obviously, they needed that ruling changed for insurance purposes. It was never changed. They left mad, her and her lawyer. I think they were late to the meeting. And again, we were all told that, oh no, there's no insurance problems. You're all idiots and liars and scammers. What are you talking? How dare you speculate? Again, I've given you solid evidence. These people aren't telling the truth. Solid, indisputable. Behind the scenes, there's emails going to companies about insurance policies talking about this great lawyer I got. Behind the scenes, they're hopping a flight to Detroit with another insurance lawyer, trying to pressure the Detroit authorities. There's only one reason for that, according to the behavior, according to the evidence I've presented to you. There's only one logical conclusion for one to come to. It was about insurance. It was about money. Despite what was being said by the people in the situation. In interviews months earlier. Day one, we're being lied to. Day one. That this is just a spokesman for the family. I mean, they must have had a long conversation, because by the next morning, by the morning of the 18th, because I believe he died the 17th going into the 18th. By the morning of the 18th, they had this whole narrative prepared. Press conference, everything. I believe the press conference was the next day, but the statement was put out the next day. Everything was pinned on Ativan. But my point is, we're being lied to day one. They were acting like this is just a spokesman for the family. Here's the real reason Chris died. It's because of these drugs. When what was really going on behind the scenes was they were worried about one or more insurance policies, whether they were going to get anything, or maybe, again, there's a lower amount for suicide. Maybe they didn't want the suicide payout. They wanted the full payout. I don't know the full details, but it obviously had something to do with insurance. Because behind the scenes, it was wrangling about insurance policies. We were told we were all idiots and liars, and we didn't know what we were talking about. I've presented evidence to the contrary. I guess we did know what we were talking about. So that's a bit odd. I mean, I've asked this question so many times. How many people would be on the phone to an insurance lawyer minutes after their spouse died? And then we get lied to about it, that it wasn't for insurance purposes. It's just a spokesman. Don't worry about it. But let me keep explaining it for 5 hours because, to make it seem normal. It's not normal. Something's wrong. Something's wrong when they don't test forensic evidence. Something's wrong when we still to this day don't know how long. A military-trained bodyguard guy that knows how to hurt people quick, maybe kill people quick, was in the room alone with the rock star that never walked out of the room. Military trained in South Africa. I'll continue this in the next video.